friends, take you on a journey today in the quilting studio. Thanks for being here. Thanks for taking a minute to like and subscribe. It does make so much difference. Let me back up and show you what's on the quilting bed today. You really have to back up in order to be able to see the full vision of what this is. Can you see it there? Isn't it so interesting? It's so beautiful. This design is actually called interlocking, and when you back up, you can see the blue and black areas, the white and silver areas, and how they do interlock inside of each other. The quilt is about 90 inches by about 96-ish, so it's a nice queen size. And you know what? Interesting little tidbit. This is actually made by my mother for my nephew and his wife. So that's who this is for. And going to be a gift for them. They've been together many years, but going to make a nice gift for them. And fun fact, this is actually the exact same design that is on the presentation wall quilt right here. Whenever I don't have presentation quilt from somebody else, what sits there is this interlocking. Isn't that beautiful that she's done? One of these days I'm going to get around to quilting it. It's been a busy season, but in the meantime, let's look at what we have over here. The design that I'm putting on here is a brand new one. I literally have about 50 or 60 new designs. It is very exciting, and it's called HELENA, and it has a really nice feather to it and some beautiful loops right here. I'm doing it in the light blue color of thread, ocean blue, called Tidal Pool. It's called Tidal Pool. That's what it is right there. Going nicely with the design. Backing fabric I picked up over at the fabric store a while back. Didn't even have the quilt to compare with, and you can see how nicely they look together. And of course, that feathery HELENA design is going beautifully with it. Now, what I want to show you is some ideas about pressing. I talk about a lot of different things. If you have questions, put them down in the comments. But I did want to talk to you about pressing. Pressing is so important. There's a big deal about cutting, about accuracy, about stitching, about 1/4 inch seams. But I'm telling you what, friends, pressing. If you don't like pressing, you really need to get into it, because it is half of the battle. I kid you not. Now, when you're pressing the back of your quilt, I'm going to suggest you consider, of course, pressing flat, but also pressing open. Whenever you have thick seams with a lot of sections coming together, friends, I implore you to press those open. Open. We've got a lot of seams coming together here. There are literally 11 seams coming together right here. And if this had been pressed open, that would have distributed the bulk so much better. So that's something to consider, is pressing open. Now, not just pressing the back side of your quilt, whether it be flat or whether it be open. If you only have a couple of seams coming together, not a big deal. But when you have lots of seams, which many of these are, I would encourage you to please press that open. It will make a big difference on your quilt and a big difference on my honey girl right here. Once you get the back side of the quilt pressed, turn it over and press the top as well. You can't see it as well on the camera, I can tell, but when I'm here in person, there's a little bit of a lap over right here. If this had gone to the top and been pressed open, it would have been a lot flatter on the top. So something to be aware of. Where all of those sections are coming together, we have got a lot of bulging right here. That's something that you really want to be careful of. That's what I'm talking about with pressing that open. We've got some big bulges. So she's already broken a needle up a little higher on an area that had a big bulge. So what I've done is I've literally gone through and felt wherever there's a big bulge. I have gone to the CAD screen and I've literally maneuvered the design so that it moves away from that section. Friends, that's a lot more work on me to be able to do that. I've also slowed her down a little bit. She normally goes at 13, she's going at 11. So that's also taking up extra time. So again, I implore you, when you have a lot of seams coming together, please consider pressing those open. You will be much happier, your quilt will turn out better, you'll have better integrity, and the quilt machine will be able to get over it much nicer. So, lots to consider there. Let's have a discussion.